My name's Ralph Byrne. I'm a Mammoth Mountain ski patroller. It was New Year's Eve 2018. I was working bump at the top of chair 4. There was some screaming going on outside, and I could see a bunch of kids waving their hands on the chair that was several chairs out.
I'm Cassidy Seitz. My 14-year-old daughter, Cassidy, suffered a cardiac arrest midway up chair 4. She was on the quad with 3 friends, and they noticed her slumped over and she had dropped her poles.
4 kids in the chair, 3 kids jumped off, and the last kid that was in the chair was just kind of slumped over, unconscious. As the kids are leaving the chair, they're taking off. I yelled at least to get her age. She was 14 years old. I immediately called in. I had a 14-year-old girl that was unresponsive, top of 4. I put Cassidy down on the ground, started checking for a pulse, couldn't find a consistent pulse. At that point, we called it a code 3 and started CPR.
Ski Patrol reacted so quickly, and they happened to have an AED on site, and thank goodness with CPR compressions and the fast-acting patrollers, they put the AED on Cassidy, advised a shock, they gave her a shock, and it worked.
We got a pulse on the first shock. At that point, we immediately bundled her up into a toboggan, and Rob Edward took her down the mountain where the medics were waiting down here at Canyon Lodge.
Because they had called in the situation, by the time they got her down the mountain, there was already an ambulance waiting for her, and she was rushed off to Mammoth Hospital, and they took her in immediately and stabilized her.
Hi, I'm Kyle Howell. I'm an emergency physician here at Mammoth Hospital and longtime board member of the Mammoth Hospital Foundation. Defibrillators are really in many ways magical pieces of equipment because it can take a person who is essentially dead with no blood flow to their brain and transform them into a living, breathing, talking person. This is what happened with Cassidy. She had no pulse, she was completely unresponsive, and if she hadn't had that defibrillator attached to her body within a matter of minutes, she wouldn't have survived. Because time is so important with defibrillators, we have to make sure we have these in all the key areas of the hospital where they are most likely to be needed so we can get them to a patient very quickly.
Thank goodness for defibrillation. She's in perfect health today. But when you think about the actual rescue on the mountain and Mammoth Hospital's role, it made all the difference in the world for Cassidy. I've stayed in touch with Ralph, the patroller, Mammoth Mountain, who was first on the scene, and it's so great to see him again. We really try to stay in touch. I think about him and the team every single day. And I mean, it's just a real miracle what happened, and we are so grateful. That phone call that morning from one of Cassidy's friends who was on the lift with her, she had said Cassidy passed out on the lift and was with Ski Patrol, and in that moment I thought, oh, I wonder if she fainted. That's so strange, but she's with Ski Patrol, so she's fine. But I had no idea how serious what had happened to her was, and of course that she was with Ski Patrol meant that she was fine. They saved her life.